Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to loosely paint cute little dogs without a sketch. This is a fun little doodling exercise that one can finish in a matter of minutes. For today's tutorial, I'm going to be using the Sublime Watercolor pack and the cold press canvas that is included in the pack. Everything will be linked below. So this tutorial will not require a sketch, so we can get on with the painting right away. And I've made a color palette that you can download. First, we're going to paint the basket. So I'm going to select this cream color here and use the bold rough brush. Since there is no sketch, we are not going to be aiming for perfection. And so this is going to be a loose style kind of a painting. Right now I'm just painting a rectangle with rounded corners on the very bottom. And that will be our basket. Now I'm just going to paint a decorative piece on the top of this basket. Let's select this light brown and draw like a line on top of it. Sorry guys, I just realized that we need to make a new layer so that it doesn't overlap underneath the previous layer. As you can see, if you make a layer above, the paint goes on top of that layer. Now I'm going to use the basic blender to blend out these lines and to make it a bit more smooth. Once the base of the basket is done, we're going to make a new layer so that we can start to paint our dogs. I'm going to start using this color now. It's like a caramel color. And I'm using the same brush, bold rough brush. And I'm going to draw the head first loosely. To show that there is fur, I'm not going to make a perfect shape. It's kind of like a rugged shape. So that's the body of our dog. Still making rough little strokes. If you paint over a already painted area, it will obviously get darker. This really mimics real watercolor because when real watercolor dries and you paint over, the color will intensify. Let's draw on some ears. And if you want to soften these overlaps, you can use the basic blender to blend them out. Now I'm going to add more fur, so I'm going to add a layer and select a darker brown and just add in some strokes here and there. And this will make it look like a loose watercolor painting rather than something that's very tidy and blended in. Let's make a new layer for the nose and the eyes. So I selected a very dark brown. There, he looks pretty cute. Now I'm going to draw on a collar with the same color. You can merge all of these layers together if you're happy with it. Now let's make a new layer for our next puppy. I'm going to select this very light whitish color and start to paint the mouth area of the dog. And you guys can just follow along. I don't really love that color, so I'm going to go to hue, saturation, and brightness and adjust the hue a bit. So now that I'm happy with the color, I'm going to select this reddish orangish color to paint the rest of the dog. Right now, I'm just smoothing out these overlaps with the basic blender. Let's continue to draw the body of the dog, again, very roughly. So the stomach portion of the dog is a cream color, and so now I'm just blending those two colors. And we'll make a new layer and add in some brush strokes here and there to show that there's more fur on the outside. I think this brush will work a lot better, Petals brush, so let's use that instead. And then you can blend some of these strokes just to make it look more natural. On a new layer, you can draw the nose and the eyes. I'm going to speed up my footage for the next dog, but you can still follow along. And this is on a different layer. This time we'll draw the collar first and then add on fur strokes. Now we're using the exact same method as the previous dogs. Super easy, loose strokes. I'm just going to combine all of these dog layers together. That way you can resize them and you can move them around. Let's make a new layer for our final dog. It will be a baby husky right here. Again, you guys can follow along. I just realized that I've drawn it in the wrong place, so I'm going to select that layer and just move it like this. Then I'll be using the eraser to reshape this. That was a little bit too thick, so I'm going to redo that. Again, I'm drawing a collar on a separate layer. And then add in the nose and the eyes. I think this layer was a little bit dark, so I'm just going to bring down the opacity. And again, I'm going to blend out these strokes. Let's make a new layer for the cheeks. Select this pink, paint, and then blend. I think the dogs are spread out a little bit awkwardly, so I'm going to move some of the dogs, or just a dog. But first, we'll have to combine these layers. If you want to move a dog, you can select the dog that you want to move and simply just move the dog. Now we have a space here to add in a blanket, so I'm just going to make a new layer and draw a blanket. Any color will do. Remember to erase the layer underneath, so that's this layer here, and I'm just going to erase that portion, as well as the basket portion. Next, I'm going to decorate the basket layer and make a new layer on top, and select this pink, and just going to draw in some flower petals, but I just remember that we have the petals brush, and that will work way better. You just make little simple strokes and it creates petals for you. You can also use a green to add in some leaves. Currently the painting is cute, but it is a bit flat, so we're going to add in some shadows. So let's go to selection and make sure you're on freehand. And you just select this right side as well as the bottom side. And then go to hue, saturation, and brightness, and we'll adjust the brightness. So make it slightly darker. I think 46, 47 is pretty good. And then you'll want to blend it a bit here so that it's not so obvious that we've used that selection tool. And then you can also make a shadow for the blanket as well as the dogs using the exact same method. Now I'm just going to add in more shadows here and there just by painting over it and blending it. I'm also going to resize this little guy. You can also add in clipping mask layers to use stamps and add in shadows that way. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little tutorial today. If you have, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.